Welcome to another Moz Play video. This is Mojito, and today we're going to be picking up where we left off with Survive the Nights. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so we are back in Survive the Nights. Over here at the airport area, just clearing out some zombies. Trying to find a good spot to set up a base. There is a fire station here on the airfield. There's a bunch of buildings here that would make a good spot to set up a base. But of course I need to clear out some of the zombies. I still don't have any kind of handguns or rifles or anything like that. So I'm going to be walking around bashing some skulls in with this bat. The larger rooms are usually a good place to start for some really good loot. This looks like some kind of machine room, or at least a room where they were handling luggage with the conveyor belt over there to the side. But not much in here. So we're going to keep it moving. We're going to just be jumping from building to building. You're going to see some transitions here as we go through the airport until we find a really good spot for some potential loot and possibly a lot of good space to set up a base. We got some kind of, I don't know if this is a guard shack or entry point, but we were lucky enough to see a couple guns on the ground. So trying to decide which one I'm going to pick up, the revolver or the semi-automatic pistol. And we'll go ahead and get that, make sure we have some ammo. And this will give us a little bit more room when we're getting attacked by some zombies. We can at least fire from a distance and keep them away. And plus I've been getting a lot of bullets lately. But being that my inventory is kind of full right now, I'm really limited on what I can pick up. So I got to be pretty picky on what I'm going to be grabbing. At least until I get to a place where I can set up some storage. So let's keep it moving, keep looking. Eventually we will find a good space to not only loot, but to set up shop. Okay, so this area looks pretty promising. There's quite a few boxes and racks of pallet items, cargo. So we got to clear out these zombies here first, and then hopefully some of these we can actually search through and try to get some loot from, and hopefully they're not just for show. I have stayed in other similar sized warehouses like this a little further away, but they did not have all the racked pieces of cargo and boxes and stuff like that. Because in fact, I remember the design of the buildings, the points of interest are pretty similar. This area up here was very similar to the first base that I started off with. I did break down all the furniture and the lockers that was in the room and laid down a cot and put some storage boxes here. But I don't know. I'm gonna keep looking. I drawed a lot of attention with my gunfire, so we're gonna have to go ahead and clear this swarm out until we can keep going around and searching the premises. But this is a good potential area here. I still would prefer something that has a lot of storage lockers, so that's most likely going to be, from what I remember playing this in a while ago, that was the fire station that is here on the airport, and they have tons of lockers that you can use for storing your stuff. I don't know if your stuff despawns after a certain amount of time when you put them in the lockers, but we're gonna give that a try and see. If it does, we just won't use those lockers for storing things. I'm out of ammo, so I am forced to use a melee weapon, but it's not too bad. Just gotta keep swinging before these guys can get too close and take some of your energy down. There are a ton of zombies in these two supply warehouses, so I guess they all heard the gunshots. We're just gonna go ahead and clear all these guys out before we move on. All right, so the sun's starting to go down. We're gonna, okay, let's go ahead and shut these guys. No, I couldn't shut the door in time before they can get out, but we're gonna go ahead and clear these guys out. They're getting a couple licks on me, which is why I prefer to have some kind of ranged weapon instead of this club that I'm using, because I'm already at pretty damaged at 14 out of 100 for my health looking on the left side. And it doesn't help that the sun's going down, and it's just now my vision is going to be all cloudy and grainy. I'm going to do my best to turn up the lighting in the game when it's dark, because the dark scenes here are really hard to see unless you have like some kind of torch or flashlight. But I'll do the best I can. You will see some graininess, but it's just the nature of the game, because it just gets so dang dark in this game, and I think that's the whole point of just trying to survive the night. And the hordes that randomly spawn every couple days, I don't know if I'm gonna get a horde spawn or not, but that just means that I'm gonna get a wave of zombies that I can either decide to fight or I can just keep running away from them. So already it's dark, It's really grainy in here because it is so dark. And I'm trying to fight these guys off. Now we got a couple of runners here. This tells me that I noticed when it gets really late, we get a couple of these faster zombies. And we got the 3 skull there saying that this is now a horde night. So the zombies are going to be a little bit more difficult and faster, but we're just going to try to keep pushing through in the dark. I don't have any source of light right now, so I'm kind of finding blind, but looks like I was able to hide in a area and get past the horde. So back at it in the nighttime, got my kind of night vision going, but like I told you earlier, this game is extremely dark and hard to see in it regular play. So let's kill some of these zombies here, at least the ones that I can see, and then we'll just keep exploring. Okay, so we finally made it here into the fire station house. As you can see, there's plenty of, we're in the kitchen area here, but I'm going to go through, try to loot everything I can. Anything that I don't need in the firehouse, I'm going to go ahead and break down for resources, because I need a lot of crafting materials to make like some spikes and all kind of other defense stuff that you saw earlier. But I just want to try to make this somewhat of a strong, decent base that I can survive in. But we'll see. I really need a lot of resources. Some of this stuff here, like I don't need a table with chairs. I'm not hosting dinner parties here. I don't need the TV that doesn't even work. The kitchen area, I may break down these sofas here, but yeah, I'm just gonna go around, see what I can break down, and just kind of make a nice little safe spot for me to set up camp. Now, being that this is the fire station house, I believe there is a room in here somewhere. I haven't found it yet, but it has a ton of lockers, red lockers, where you can use it to store all your excess material and loot. We're going to go through this bathroom here and loot what we can, get rid of what we don't need so we get the resources. But as you see me explore the fire station and break down things, you will eventually see an area that I'm talking about, which is the locker room. I will be using those to hold a lot of my extra loot and resources, so I don't have to constantly come back or go into areas and decide what I need to drop, what I want to keep, just due to lack of space. We got a big, large cubicle room here for the fire station. So we'll see what we can use here, what we can break down, and just keep it moving. And I just got a notification in the upper right. It looks like I leveled up. I'm now level 9. And I guess what I did, uploaded, or I unlocked some more recipes for crafting some new items. So I'm definitely going to be looking at doing that in the near future. But first things first, just go around and break down these furniture items that I don't need, and then try to find that storage room. Okay, so here is the room that I was talking about. Got a couple lockers here. Some of them are workable where you can actually use them. Sometimes you'll run across some that you can't even interact with because maybe they're broken or just decoration in the game. But we're going to go through all the stuff that I have. I'm going to try to organize it a little bit and put them into different lockers. And hopefully our stuff doesn't despawn every day, you know, when the cycle day cycle ends. We don't lose all loot, but this is just going to be a chance that I'm going to take because right now I'm already walking around over encumbered with too much stuff, and I'm constantly having to leave good loot behind just because I don't have the bag space. So we're going to go through here, get our stuff in order, get our stuff stashed away, and then probably from here do a little bit more exploring of the building before we wrap it up. All right, so we've been going at it for a good amount of time. We're gonna go ahead and put a bookmark in the video, come back and continue to explore this fire station now that we found this locker room where we can stash all our loot, and then go from there. So as usual, I would like to thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. Please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps out the channel. And we will see you in the next video.